This webinar highlights some of the main changes that have been made to TD 1785 criteria for CCTV, TD 7116 technology overview and general requirements, TD 7217 transmission infrastructure, TD 7316 emergency roadside telephones, TD 4517 detection technology, EN 16115 smart motorways, and MPI 66 updated requirements to EN 16115. Along with some new content, these documents have been updated and published as TD 131 Roadside Technology and Communications. This is part of a general update of the whole design manual for roads and bridges, the DMRB. The DMRB was updated because it contained aging documents of varying qualities which lacked consistency and didn't really reflect the needs of the users. It was time for a refresh. The old DMRB contained far too many documents and there were over 15,000 pages. Many of the documents simply gave out-of-date and ambiguous guidance, information and advice. And with an average age of 15 years, the DMRB was ready to be brought up to date. The challenge during Roads Period 1, 2015 to 2020, was to completely refresh the DMRB. This has been a complex task as the previous record to update documents stood at 30 per year. So, new software tools were developed to enable efficient and consistent drafting of updated documents. Many achievements have been made, including fewer documents, reduced page count, less ambiguity, support for innovation, digitization of content, and ease of use. This is part of National Highways' overall management strategy with support from the overseeing organisations for Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. This includes all the work that's undertaken to support the business through concept, design, construction, maintenance and end of life for our assets, including operational technology. This is a whole life cycle approach. Associated with the strategy is a plan to transform and continuously improve. It will support better planning and secure longer-term investment in our aging assets. The key themes in this strategy are customer service, which supports the users of the network, and safety. The new DMRB has been set out in a specific, easy-to-understand format and will be consistent in style and more intuitive to use. Requirements are clearly defined in a reduced number of documents and use the verb forms shall and must. Advice is more concise and directly linked to the requirements in order to reinforce industry best practice and encourage innovation. Advice uses the verbs should or may. New clause numbering is introduced, with the first level being the requirement and the second level being advice. This webinar concentrates solely on the documents for the assessment of roadside technology and communications. The methods and requirements are largely unchanged or slightly tweaked to allow more general approaches to be adopted. The new document is TD 131 Roadside Technology and Communications. Many of the changes in the Roadside Technology and Communications document comprise an editorial consolidation of the material in the legacy documents. We have removed duplications and out-of-date material and achieved more concise and clear requirements. We have taken the opportunity to improve the technical content where possible and bring the document up to date. This includes alignment with European standards and legislation, implementing the findings of research and addressing feedback. Some examples of key changes are the majority of TD 1785 has been removed due to the document being outdated. The more up-to-date, though unpublished version of this document, TD 1717, had clauses relating to business need and CCTV coverage. These have been retained in TD 131. The majority of the content from TD 7116 was identified as guidance only and therefore not relevant to the DMRB. However, this guidance is considered as potentially useful to readers unfamiliar with traffic technology and therefore has been identified as content to be relocated outside of the DMRB. Design requirements have been redrafted and taken forward from TD 7217 to include provision of electrical power, duct networks, chambers, cabinets, and a telecommunications services section. Some design advice has been identified as requiring relocation to the National Highways NERTS team to review and reform a design guide which has been written concurrently with TD 131. All relevant design requirements from TD 7316 have been captured and retained within an Emergencies Roadside Telephone ERT section within TD 131. Relevant design requirements from TD 4517 have been reviewed, redrafted and included within TD 131. Non-mandatory detector content and detector product requirements have been identified for relocation outside of the DMRB. This is expected to be published within the TSS Plans Registry in due course. The new document will be reviewed on an annual basis and new content introduced as required. There are many benefits to be realised following the publication of this updated Requirements and Advice document and other DMRB documents. These include having documents that are up to date and in line with current industry best practice, documents that reflect published industry guidance and are complementary to European and national standards, documents that are compliant with UK legislation, using a consistent format for requirements and associated advice leading to improved clarity, improved contractual governance, creating fewer departures from standards which save time and money, having documents that are digitised and easy to update in the future and can therefore respond as industry changes. Future innovation can be fully supported and embraced. Opportunities for improved safety for all customers, contractors and employees. The support of National Highways strategic business planning imperatives and values. This webinar is part of an overall update strategy to communicate changes to the DMRB, along with various bulletins that have already been put out. You can find more information on the National Highways Innovation Hub pages. There will be a number of webinars and tutorials like this one given by technical leads of each discipline, and there will be presentations of items in the technical press. With regards to frequently asked questions, you can find this along with other standards on the Standards for Highways website. Links are on the page. Many old and legacy documents remain available in the Archive section of the Standards for Highways website. For documents prior to 2001, they may still be available, but you will have to check by emailing standard_enquiries@highwaysengland.co.uk. The new DMRB documents are now live and should be used for new and future contracts. With regards to using these documents for existing contracts, you should make a specific query relating to the existing contract terms on your individual contract. For National Highways, we've published in our standard GG 101 that the new DMRB documents should be used as soon as they are published, which is now. There are a number of exceptions that can be proposed where implementation would result in a significant cost or delay. As with any of the documents, we encourage you to give us feedback. You can email that feedback back to us on the standards_enquiries@highwaysengland.co.uk email address. Thank you for your time.